Welcome back to R.A.N Perspective. This week, our guest is Kammy on camera. How you doing?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, man. I'm glad that you joined me for this week's episode. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah, man. So this week we're gonna be talking about finding your peace or being at peace, or our respective journeys to peace and happiness, so on and so forth. It's a lot of people talking about self-care, self-love, finding peace and stuff like that these days. So I just kind of wanted to take a little dive into my personal journey, so to speak, just a little bit. And I figured I would like to have this conversation with somebody else just to get their perspective on it as well. So, like I said, I'm glad to have you here. Um, let's go ahead and jump right into this joint. Uh, First thing we're gonna talk about is being your own peace. Um, in regards to being your own peace, like being on your own journey to finding like peace and happiness, and what that looks like for you. Have you discovered anything about yourself like on this journey, or maybe rediscovered something about yourself while you've been on this journey?
I discovered that I can go eat by myself and be at peace and not be like it doesn't bother me that I'm alone. Because I've always had a fear of going out to eat by myself. Like it just felt weird to me. Like, why would I go to a restaurant and just sit at a table by myself? But one day I wanted to go eat and I don't think anybody was available, or I was, no, I think I was at home and my son was at school and I wanted to go eat and I was like, I don't want to wait for anybody. So I went to Famous Toastery. It's a place here. It's probably another place too, but it's a little brunch spot. And since moving to Charlotte, brunch has become my thing. So I went and got a table for one, and it just felt exhilarating, like to be able to sit there and eat my food and enjoy myself, drink my drink without having to carry on a conversation or worry about waiting on others. Like I could just sit there and enjoy myself and people watch because I like people watching. And it just
For
was
sure.
a great experience that I'm glad I finally got the courage to do.
Yeah,
So I think the one thing that I found while finding my peace or happiness with
yeah.
myself.
Being able to go into that's I mean that's important to have that one thing, what I'm saying, that you enjoy doing by yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. That's dope. I be people watching too. Like I said, I like to give people whole backstories, man. I be making up all kinds of shit when I people watch. So what I'm saying, I feel you on that. I think one thing that I probably discovered about myself during this during this period in my life is like I'm not really as I'm not really as confrontational as a person as I once thought myself to be. Like the way that I respond to people now is a lot more calm. Even if I want to respond real wild to the situation, I'm usually able to kind of, keep myself together, which is something that I was not able to do previously. So, what I'm saying? I think that's one of the things that I discovered about myself that I'm probably most proud about during this journey. That's like, like when you respond, the way you respond to stuff make you feel a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna feel
Right.
negative afterwards. You gonna always feel like so. That's something that I've been able to kind of change, and that's felt. It's been a really good feeling. Um, what's something that, as far as our listeners, what's something that y'all maybe discovered about yourself, rediscovered about yourself, or what's something that you love to do now that you're on this journey of finding like your peace or your happiness, or you know what I'm saying, your self-love, as people call it. Like, what's something that you learned about yourself, discovered, that you love to do? Comment, let us know, share it with us. um the next thing I wanted to kind of get into was uh the point of looking for peace in others. So, and as far as looking for peace in others, man, is there have you ever found yourself like depending on someone else for like your happiness, or kind of looking at someone else's happiness and saying, that, like, why don't I have that, or how can I get that, or maybe somebody that's close to you has been finding themselves enjoying more things, and you just kind of like depending on them or adopting what they feel is peace or happiness as your own.
So like when people see other people relationships and be like relationship goals.
Something like that.
So
Yeah.
peace
Yeah,
goals.
Right.
um
Them relationship goals is wild out here, man.
they really are. No, I mean, I think me seeing someone eating by themselves was like, I wish I had the courage to do that. And then I finally did it. So I think that's one thing. Other than that, not really. But like trying to, I guess kind of, but not really. Like I say that because it's not like I'm trying to get their peace, or it's, I don't know how to say it. Like I'm not trying to get their peace, but I'm trying to get to that peace, and or their way of thinking, or
It's
how
more of
they
a
don't let certain things control or bother them. And I guess just I don't know
it's more of
how I'm trying to
a
explain it.
inspiration type of,
Yeah,
more from a place of inspiration than it is like
right. Not like
taking
I
you.
want to. Right.
Yeah, I got
Like
you.
yeah. So
I
I
got
would
you.
say that.
I feel you on that. I feel you. So like, I mean, I think we all had that moment, not necessarily of like I think we all have a moment where we're inspired by what we see other people uh able to do, as far as being comfortable with themselves and having that type of confidence and peace in themselves to do certain things. I think we all get inspired by that. I think I do think that some people are envious of that. You know what I'm saying? And can confuse like the imitation for inspiration. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think that definitely happens too. I've been, I've had like a couple homeboys that were doing things like, like I said, taking trips and stuff, and or traveling, and that's always been something that like I've liked to do but wasn't doing, and it was just like, damn, bro, like I really want to get to a place where I can, do something like that and enjoy that too. So I definitely get what you're saying by, being inspired by someone that's finding themselves or have found something that they like. You know what I'm saying? So um you made a point one time about being alone, and being alone not necessarily meaning that you're lonely. Um I think that kind of falls into that looking for that peace in others as well. Or just in this topic of being your own peace in general. How does that can you kind of expound or explain, what I'm saying, why you said that, or what you think about that particular statement?
Okay, people confuse alone and being lonely very often. Being alone does not mean you're lonely. I could choose to be alone because I want to deal with me and work on me rather than throw myself in a situation and then mentally abuse myself and another person, which is just going to lead to both of us being lonely. And it's just a whole bunch of
Yeah, yeah.
uh, snowball effect.
I feel like that feeling of loneliness is a crazy thing, man. Like it's it fuck a lot of people up. Like that feeling of being like the genuine feeling of being lonely. Like I feel like, so to me, I think like you said, you can be alone and not be lonely. I also feel like you can be around people and still be incredibly lonely. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I think that not 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 knowing how to be alone is just as bad as knowing you're lonely and not doing anything about it. You know what I'm saying? Like that feeling of loneliness can drag a person down. You know what I'm saying? And as far as, and how that relates to a person being able to work on themselves and find that peace. Like if when you in that type of state, like you just lonely and low, and you know what I'm saying? Like it could wear down on it can wear down on you to the point where you don't even want to come out of it. Like you just there. You know what I'm saying? In your loneliness every day, you know what I'm saying? Feeling all kinds of weird. Um, and on the opposite side, you have people who don't know how to be alone. Like they always have to be around somebody or be doing something, or they always like how they say like they always on the scene. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know how to be to themselves.
Yeah.
And I think
I,
that's I
I
think
think that. Go ahead. Oh. I think this circle back to you saying like depending on somebody for your happiness.
right.
Like I think because like now me being by myself and alone, I'm happy. Like I'm actually like dealing with me and myself and what I got going on rather than trying to displace my happiness on somebody else. Because like on Red Table Talk, Will and Jada had your happiness is your problem. So I can't help you solve your problem of being happy because that's for you to solve because that is your happiness. Like you can depend on somebody to make you happy, but when that person is gone, who you gonna depend on?
Yeah, right. Who you
You don't
getting
have
advice
anybody
from?
but yourself.
Yeah. And you end
So
up attaching yourself to somebody else just to be like, you know what I'm saying?
right.
I feel you. I feel you.
Excuse me. And I think like me before, like I would go from like out of this relationship and then maybe a year, but a year isn't even that long if you think about it. Look at this year. It's March already.
Right.
And so like leaving it and then getting into another relationship with somebody else and you not dealing with the trauma you had in this relationship, you bring it to the next one and then putting those traumas and putting them on another person as if they caused you that trauma when they really didn't is only just making it worse. So yeah, sometimes you need to be alone, even if you feel like you need somebody.
For sure.
Because honestly, all you're gonna do is keep putting it on another person, putting it on another person. You never deal with it, and then you over here sad and lonely when you actually gotta deal with it because you don't have a choice now but to deal with it. So yeah.
Yeah, man. I felt like that. I felt like that after you know what I'm saying, I separated and divorced. Like I wasn't looking for a relationship, but I wanted like that that feeling of being with somebody. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because it had been that way for like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So to
Right.
go like from there to it's really just me out here, I'm like, damn, like hey, look, I just need somebody to be in this bit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's weird. Like, but it always felt weird. Like, even if I would invite somebody over, like just to kick it, like just to kick it, not even on no wild shit. Like, it felt weird because I know it wasn't really genuine. Like, even though I might like rock with them like that, like, they might be cool, but I know it wasn't like a genuine, hey, come hang out. You know what I'm saying? It was like a,
Right.
man, let me get somebody over here because I ain't trying to be at the crib by myself. Da, 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 da. Let me just invite somebody over. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to kind of get out of that at first, but you know what I'm saying? It got easier. Like it's like now I'm to the point like where I really don't even want to Like I'd rather be by myself now. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I feel you. I completely agree with you on that. My last point is I'm gonna focus on like fighting your peace. So is or was there anything that you were doing to fight against your peace and or happiness on this journey, or even prior to you like realizing you should be on this journey? Is there anything that you were doing that kind of derailed you or deterred you from being where you are now?
Ignoring your like the signs, or like even, I mean, I don't know if everybody did. Or you know, want no water in there. It barely was some water in there.
Hey yo, I know you're not talking. I know you're not talking. You just took the last baby sip out.
First of all, I had some in there.
I had some in there.
You had a drip.
I thought it was more, but I had already picked it up. I had already picked it up and put it in the camera, so I couldn't put it back. I had to take the sip. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay, I'll restart my answer. I would say ignoring my thoughts, or you know how you get a feeling, but you be like, you just be brushing it off.
Yeah.
And you be like, well, I want to do this, so I'm gonna do this. And then it just puts you deeper down in a rabbit hole, or a dark hole, or dark place, whatever you want to call it. So I think ignoring my intuitions just didn't help contribute. I mean, it helped contribute to it taking as long as it should have.
Mm-hmm.
And feeling like I needed somebody there, or like comfort from somebody else, is, I think, it hindered it as well, because you keep trying to like cover up a wound instead of dealing with it.
For sure.
And yeah, I think trying to not letting stuff go also. So
Was there anything that was particularly hard for you to let go of, like behavior, or like maybe feeling or something like that?
on this journey, I've been learning patience, because I have a short temper, or I don't have a lot of patience. Um, Another thing is having to remind myself that everybody will not be your friend. Even if you're the greatest person on earth, you're not gonna be friends with everybody, and you can't make them be your friend. No matter how good you treat them, like everybody just doesn't want it. Um, but yeah, I think my patience, temper, and that is what I've taken from this,
For sure, for
or
sure. I
getting
feel
to
like
where I am.
for me, I think it was. I think it's like I used to have this. I used to have a feeling of I'm always right, and then I realized I wasn't always right. You know what I'm saying? Like even if it made sense to me, or if it was logical to me, doesn't mean that it was necessarily right for me to say or do something that I maybe had done to or said to someone, or even to myself. Um, so then that kind of spiraled into, ironically, that spiraled into me saying, okay, well, maybe you should start apologizing for the shit that you be saying and doing. And that spiraled into me constantly apologizing for shit I was doing, even if I wasn't wrong. And then that kind of turned into a feeling of, but damn, like I can't do shit right, or I'm always wrong. So I literally slid from one end of the spectrum to the other. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to go from acknowledging something about myself ended up being like a flaw almost. You know what I'm saying? Just in the sense that I was always, it went from me being somebody that wasn't very appeasing to other people, or to being someone that's always trying to appease to or please somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And like I just like thought one day, like, how the fuck did I even get to a place where I feel like I'm always the problem, or I'm always wrong, or you know what I'm saying? Like I'm always apologizing for some shit. You know what I'm saying? So like that was like something that I really had to work on letting go. Like I said in my last episode, like I'm at a place now where I really don't apologize unless I completely feel like I should. Like and that's just how I deal with it now. Like I don't be an asshole. So I rarely find situations where I should apologize now. And I think it's working very well for me. Like I'm not I can admit when I'm wrong, but at the same time, like I'm just not, oh, like you want me to say you right just because you want to be right, or you want me to apologize just because you feel like, maybe I did something to, you know what I'm saying? Like a situation where somebody feel like you did some wrong shit to them and you really ain't, you know what I'm saying? It really ain't even that deep, or it's like something minor, or just a situation where you shouldn't have to apologize for it. Like you're entitled to feel how you feel and be opinionated, and you shouldn't have to apologize for that. So I think like letting go of that feeling of like I'm always right and then I'm always wrong, and then that letting go of like I need to be more apologetic. Um, Letting go of that part of who I was and then who I was becoming and how I was feeling because of that really freed up a lot of space to be more appreciative of who I actually am, and like what my character actually is and who I am to other people, and to also be more appreciative of the people that I have around me as well. Um, I think that was hindering or fighting like a lot of my um, moments to really be happy in certain situations, or my moments to really have like clarity or peace about certain situations. So I feel like that was really a real heavy part of that. So to our listeners, is there anything that you guys have struggled with or fought with that maybe went against you, or maybe slowed your process when it comes to how you care for yourself, love yourself, or how you go about finding peace for yourself or creating happiness for yourself, or just being in a place where you feel happy or feel peace more often than you usually do. I know lots of people struggle with a lot of different things. Excuse me, like I said before, you never know who going through the same thing or might be having the same thoughts. Comment, share, let us know. You know what I'm saying? It's a good conversation piece, a good way for us to find out more about each other and ourselves, which is really what I'm here for, especially the finding out more about myself part. So um, I don't have too much else, man. That's it. Anything else you wanna before we get into this these handles and these tags and these business ventures you got going on? Is there anything else you want to say in regards to our topic for this week?
No, not really. I mean, just figure out what your piece looks like and go from there, or find things that you find peaceful and not what everybody else finds peaceful.
For sure, for
Um,
sure.
but just focusing on you and not everybody else's feelings, because your feelings are what matters right now. So yeah.
For sure, that's a good point. That's a good point. That what does peace look like to you? as an individual is a huge thing. And then finding something that you love to do, you know what I'm saying, is a key part of that as well. Like, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna help you get there. That's really important. I'm glad you said that. That's dope. But I really want to get into, you know what I'm saying, the your accomplishments this week. You know what I'm saying? You put your episode out Sunday? Was it Sunday night? What's
I
that?
put my
Tuesday?
episode, I put Sunday.
Yeah.
Put my episode 7 out on Sunday.
Yes.
Of Kiss Talks. You can follow that on Anchor, Apple, Spotify, Google.
All your podcast
all of them.
basically.
Yeah.
Sure.
If you go to Anchor, you can see where you can listen to them all, or wherever you can listen to it. I sent off three packages today of my meat lashes.
Oh, and that's called popping too?
I got the meat lashes. I had them on last time, so y'all don't get them today. But anyways, if you check Kiss Minks and KammyonKamera on YouTube, there is a video of showing how to apply the lashes, and Kiss Minks has pictures of the lashes. Oh, and also kissminks.com. You can order them.
You're telling them to go order. You're gonna tell them to go check it out. Don't give them
go check it out. Order whatever you need to do.
KYSMINKS.com. Go get your minks. Go get your minks.
Go get your minks and listen to a podcast.
You hear me? Come on, somebody. But that's what's up, man. I'm super proud of you. You know what I'm saying? For
thank you.
Getting out here doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? So
now trying to come up in this little world.
You hear me?
Before they bomb us.
My boys putting pressure on me too. I was just talking to them last night. They talking about, nigga, it's March. When we gonna drop the other podcast, man? Shit, I'm still trying to get this one straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still learning the game, but you know, I got some other projects, like I said before, that I'm working on. We're gonna get this shit together. We're gonna get out here. So, you know, I wanna thank you for being constant and consistent inspiration for me to keep moving. You know what I'm saying? As with a lot of other people in my life, but primarily because I see you doing this shit day in and day out. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate it for sure.
No problem. I'm glad I could be an inspiration.
So you got so you gave your Instagram, your KammyonKamera for Instagram.
I got
Kiss Minks on Instagram. What else you got?
Kiss Talks.
Kiss Talks on Instagram. KYSTALKS on Instagram. For sure.
And KammyonKamera is KammyonKamera.
Oh yeah. KammyonKamera. Hey man, look. All right, man. I appreciate y'all for running with me this week. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for catching the R.A.N perspective. Follow me on. Actually, I'm probably just gonna post mine because mine is a lot. I'm gonna post it at the end of this, and y'all follow, motherfucker. You hear me? Can I get a love, Kammy, before we get out of here?
Okay, love, Kammy.